As the world continues to fight against the coronavirus pandemic, many establishments are waiting to reopen their doors, including the Park Playhouse, where the Burlington Players perform.
Well, unfortunately, it means we haven't been able to gather to continue rehearsals, and obviously we don't have any audiences coming into the theater. Obviously, it finalizes our cancellation of our plans.
The Players' recent production had to be halted due to COVID-19.
I mean, one of the big ones was with the cast of Bridges of Madison County, because that show had already been selected. We'd already done the auditions. We'd already selected a terrific cast for that. They were already well into auditions, rehearsing their music and their blocking, and working with the director on the acting and movement. So it was kind of a shock to them that we had to kind of halt rehearsals and stop that progress. But they're such a good cast, and they were so invested that we wanted to move the show to September so we could keep as many of them working as possible.
The volunteers at the Playhouse are keeping it in tip-top shape.
We do have an opportunity now. We realize it. We've discussed it as a board with kind of this downtime for individuals to go in one at a time, so there's proper social distancing, and do some small projects in the theater to try to clean it up. Obviously, to clean it up germ-wise, but also just to try to weed through some things that are there and clean up the physical plant, just make sure it looks better and it works for us better. We also are looking at possibilities for some redesign in the theater space itself, and of course we'll have to go back to the town to see if they would approve of whatever plans we might have. But that's something that we're looking at, because we want to take advantage of this time, as long as it's socially the social distancing involved.
A decision of having another production this year is still up in the air, but as of right now, they're moving their spring production to this September.
The board, recognizing that this was a possibility or probability, has already talked about contingency plans. We're planning for next year. So what we're going to do is take the show that we were going to do in May, Bridges of Madison County, and move that to September, and try to make next year's season starting in September, if that's possible. And of course, we don't know anything at this point. Nobody has a crystal ball on this one, but we're hoping to be able to do a full season next year.
Lastly, the Players cannot wait to entertain residents in the future.
Personal level, I'm looking forward to just being able to go to the theater and see people rehearsing, to hear people in musical rehearsals for Bridges, and to see the directors start to get together with their production teams and start to plan their productions for the course of the year. And we hope that it's going to come true. We hope that this pandemic is really getting under control, and that it'll be safe to go back, to start to rehearse again, and for audiences to come in back to the theater.
I'm Robert Paris for BNEWS Weekly.